All right, buckle up everyone, because today we're diving headfirst into the quantum realm. Get ready to unlock the secrets of QPCA.
QPCA.
Yeah, quantum hop component analyzer.
Yes, of course.
Quite a mouthful, right?
It is, but it's worth getting our tongues around because it's a pretty revolutionary approach to data analysis.
Absolutely. And luckily, we have this insightful essay by Jorgo Schneppat as our guide.
Schneppat does a fantastic job of breaking down these complex concepts.
He really does. I mean, think about it. We live in a world overflowing with data. Every single day, we're bombarded with information. Have you ever felt like you're just drowning in it all?
Well, Schneppat really hits the nail on the head in his essay when he talks about how traditional methods like PCA, principal component analysis.
PCA.
Yeah, they're struggling to keep up with the sheer volume and complexity of data we're dealing with now.
They're like trying to, put out a forest fire with the garden hose.
A great analogy. Schneppat actually compares it to riding a bicycle on a superhighway.
Okay, yeah, that's even better. But QPCA? Now, QPCA is like a high-speed train, right? Zipping through those massive data sets with ease.
Exactly. And its secret weapon is, of course, quantum mechanics.
Quantum mechanics. Now, I know for some people, quantum physics can sound a bit intimidating.
It can be a bit mind-bending.
It is. But Schneppat does such a great job of explaining it. He even makes it, dare I say, exciting. He dives into those mind-boggling concepts like superposition and entanglement.
Those are truly the cornerstones of quantum mechanics and what gives QPCA its unique power.
Okay, so superposition.
Just imagine a spreadsheet where each cell can hold every possible value all at the same time.
Whoa, that's wild.
It is. That's the power of superposition, the ability of these quantum bits or qubits to exist in multiple states simultaneously.
Qubits. So instead of just being a 0 or a 1, they can be...
They can be both, and everything in between.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. But then what about entanglement?
Now, entanglement takes things a step further. Imagine linking two of those super-powered spreadsheet cells.
Okay, link.
You change one, and the other instantly reflects that change. Instantly, no matter how far apart they are.
So it's like they're communicating faster than the speed of light or something.
Even weirder than that.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. But that's what allows quantum computers to perform calculations in ways that classical computers...
classical computers just can't keep up.
And that's where QPCA comes in, right? It harnesses these quantum properties to analyze data with, like, superhuman speed and efficiency.
And this is precisely what has Schneppat so enthusiastic about QPCA.
He even calls it a revolution in data analysis. But is it just about speed, or is there more to it?
Well, speed is certainly a major factor, but there's much more to the story. Schneppat outlines 3 key advantages that make QPCA so compelling. The first, as you mentioned, is efficiency.
Okay, efficiency.
QPCA can analyze data exponentially faster than classical methods. Imagine reading an entire book in a blink of an eye.
Wow. I'd finally be able to tackle that ever-growing reading list.
That's the kind of speed we're talking about.
Incredible. But what about those massive data sets we talked about earlier? Can QPCA really handle the deluge of information we're facing?
Absolutely. And that brings us to the second advantage. Scalability. QPCA is built to tackle those data sets that would make traditional methods, they would just crumble.
You're right, the bicycle on the superhighway problem.
Exactly. QPCA is like an ocean liner, capable of navigating the vast seas of big data with ease.
Okay, so QPCA is fast, it's scalable, but is it just doing the same old things, just, faster? Or does it offer something truly new?
That's where the third advantage comes in. New perspectives.
New perspectives.
Schneppat argues that quantum mechanics allows us to see data in entirely new ways. It's like putting on a special pair of glasses that reveal hidden patterns and connections that were invisible before.
Oh, I like that. It's like those hidden image puzzles where suddenly you see a sailboat in the clouds.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that's what makes QPCA so exciting. It's not just about doing things faster. It's about unlocking new possibilities and discovering insights that were previously out of reach.
Okay, I'm definitely hooked. So let's dive into some real-world examples. Schneppat mentioned some pretty fascinating applications, like drug discovery.
That's a great one.
Right. It seems particularly relevant to, everyone, really. How could QPCA revolutionize this field?
Well, imagine being able to analyze the interactions between millions of molecules all at the same time.
Simultaneously.
Yes, to identify the most promising candidates for new drugs.
So it's like speeding up the drug development process exponentially.
Exactly. It could lead to new treatments and cures for diseases that currently, plague humanity.
That would be incredible. It's like having a quantum detective sifting through mountains of clues to solve the mystery of a disease.
It's a powerful analogy, and Schneppat really highlights the potential of QPCA to transform healthcare as we know it.
This is also fascinating, but I have to ask, quantum computers are still in their early stages, right?
They are.
So how realistically can we expect QPCA to be useful, anytime soon?
That's a great question, and it's one that Schneppat addresses head-on in his essay. He acknowledges that we're still in the early days of quantum computing, and there are definitely hurdles to overcome.
Of course.
But he's also optimistic about the progress being made.
Okay, good.
He highlights, for example, the development of these new types of qubits that are much more stable.
We talked about those earlier, right? The qubits.
Yes. These new qubits are much less prone to errors, which is crucial for performing those really reliable calculations.
So it's like we're building a more robust foundation for these quantum computers, making them less, glitchy.
Exactly. And on the software side, researchers are developing much more efficient algorithms specifically designed for QPCA.
So even with the limitations of today's quantum hardware, we can still achieve some pretty remarkable results.
Absolutely. And as quantum computers continue to improve, those results will only become more impressive.
It's like we're witnessing the birth of a new era in computing.
It's an incredibly exciting time to be involved in this field.
I agree. But before we get too carried away, let's take a step back and compare QPCA to its classical counterpart, PCA.
Good idea.
What are the key differences, and why should we be so excited about this quantum upgrade?
Well, we've already touched on some of the key advantages: speed, scalability, and the ability to uncover new insights. But let's delve a little deeper into those differences.
All right, I'm ready for the showdown. QPCA versus PCA. Let the battle begin.
Let's do this!
Welcome back, everyone.
It's great to be back, ready to delve deeper into the world of QPCA.
I'm still reeling from those mind-bending concepts like superposition and entanglement.
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is. But fascinating nonetheless, especially when you consider how QPCA uses them to analyze data in ways that, classical methods just can't.
It's a true paradigm shift.
It is. And Jurgo Schneppat does a brilliant job of highlighting those differences between QPCA and PCA.
He really gets into the nuts and bolts of how QPCA leverages those quantum phenomena to achieve that remarkable efficiency and scalability.
It's like comparing, a horse and buggy to a spaceship.
A perfect analogy.
So let's unpack those differences a bit further. We know QPCA is faster, can handle those massive data sets, but how does that translate into real-world benefits? What are the implications?
Well, Schneppat does a fantastic job of connecting those theoretical advantages to tangible outcomes.
Okay, good.
For example, he talks about how QPCA's speed could revolutionize things like financial modeling.
Financial modeling, right.
Where time is literally money.
Right, every second counts.
Imagine being able to analyze market trends and make predictions in real time.
Wow, that would be incredible.
With a level of accuracy and speed that's just impossible with current methods.
Look, that kind of edge that could make or break a fortune.
Exactly. And that's just one example.
Okay, so what about those massive data sets? Where does that come into play?
Think about fields like climate science or genomics, where researchers are dealing with mountains of data.
Mountains, wow.
It can take months, even years, to process using those traditional methods.
I can imagine.
But QPCA has the potential to crunch those data sets in a fraction of the time.
That would be a game changer.
It would accelerate scientific discovery.
And give us a deeper understanding of these complex systems.
Exactly. Schneppat argues that QPCA isn't just an incremental improvement.
It's not.
It's a fundamental shift in our ability to extract meaning from data.
Oh, I see.
It's like going from a magnifying glass to a high-powered telescope.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Suddenly we can see details and patterns that were completely hidden from view before.
This is all incredibly promising.
It is.
But I do have a question.
Sure.
If quantum computers are still in their infancy, how long will it be before we actually see QPCA being used to solve real-world problems?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
And Schneppat doesn't shy away from it. He acknowledges that we still have a long way to go before quantum computers reach their full potential.
Of course.
But he also points to the remarkable progress that's being made in both hardware and software development.
You mentioned earlier those new types of qubits that are more stable and less prone to errors.
Yes, those are crucial.
How will those advancements impact the development of QPCA?
Well, remember, Quantum computers are incredibly sensitive to any kind of noise or disturbance.
Right, those delicate quantum states.
Exactly. Even the slightest interference can disrupt the whole process.
So these new, more robust qubits, they pave the way for building more reliable quantum computers.
Exactly. And that, in turn, will accelerate the development and deployment of those practical QPCA applications.
So it's about laying a stronger foundation for this quantum revolution to unfold.
A very strong foundation.
But it's not just about the hardware, right? You mentioned earlier the importance of developing more efficient algorithms tailored for QPCA.
Absolutely. Those algorithms will be key to maximizing the performance of these quantum computers.
Okay, so even with the current limitations in hardware, we can still make significant strides.
Precisely. And as quantum computers continue to evolve, those algorithms will unlock even greater possibilities.
It's fascinating to think we're still in the very early stages of this journey, but we're already seeing incredible progress.
It's a truly remarkable time to be working in this field.
It is. What are some of the most exciting areas of research right now in QPCA? What are those frontiers that researchers are pushing?
Schneepat highlights several exciting areas. One that's particularly fascinating is the development of hybrid algorithms.
Hybrid algorithms.
Yes, these algorithms combine the strengths of both classical and quantum computing.
So it's like a tag team approach, each type of computing playing to its strengths.
Exactly. It's a pragmatic way to start reaping the benefits of QPCA even before we have those fully fault-tolerant, large-scale quantum computers.
That makes sense.
And another exciting area is the exploration of new applications for QPCA.
Oh, right. We've talked about drug discovery, finance, climate science.
But the possibilities go far beyond that.
Really?
Schneepat hints at QPCA being used in fields like materials, science, artificial intelligence, even cybersecurity.
Wow, the potential is really mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's like having this new Swiss Army knife for tackling some of the world's most challenging problems.
And that brings us to an important point that Schneepat raises,
Right.
the ethical considerations of this technology.
Right. With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. As QPCA and quantum computing in general become more prevalent, we need to think carefully about how to use them responsibly.
To ensure they're used for the benefit of humanity.
Precisely.
What are some of the specific ethical concerns that Schneepat raises?
He highlights several. The potential for bias in QPCA algorithms.
Okay.
Bias, the need for transparency and accountability in how those algorithms are developed and used.
Right. Transparency is crucial.
And, of course, the importance of ensuring equitable access to the benefits of this technology.
So it's not just about the technical advancements, but also about the societal implications.
Exactly. As we venture further into this quantum realm, we need to proceed with both excitement and caution.
With a strong sense of ethical responsibility.
Absolutely.
This has been an incredibly insightful discussion so far.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground, from those fundamental concepts of QPCA to the potential applications and those ethical considerations.
We've only just scratched the surface.
I know, but I'm eager to dive even deeper into the technical details.
Me too.
So in part 3, let's explore those quantum algorithms that make QPCA tick.
Let's unlock the secrets of those algorithms and see the power of QPCA in action.
All right, welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into the fascinating world of QPCA.
It's been a journey, hasn't it?
It really has. And I'm eager to finally unveil the mysteries behind those quantum algorithms that power QPCA.
It's where the magic happens, right?
Absolutely. This is where Jirko Schneepat's insights really shine. He demystifies these complex algorithms, showing how they leverage those quantum properties we've been discussing to unlock the potential of data analysis.
You know, throughout our conversations, I've been picturing these algorithms as some kind of secret code. Only quantum computers can crack it. It all feels very sci-fi, like something out of a movie. It's easy to feel that way, but Schneepat does a great job of making it accessible. While the math can be complex, the core concepts are surprisingly intuitive.
Okay, so walk me through it. What are these algorithms actually doing? How are they different from those classical algorithms we're used to?
Well, at the heart of it, they're manipulating those density matrices, those quantum representations of our data. Remember, we talked about those.
Right, those quantum snapshots of our data.
Exactly. These algorithms perform a series of operations on these density matrices, leveraging the power of superposition and entanglement to extract those meaningful insights.
So it's like they're choreographing a dance of qubits, twirling and interacting, to reveal those hidden patterns within the data.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And Schneepat highlights a few key algorithms in this quantum ballet. One is quantum phase estimation. It helps us determine the eigenvalues of our data.
Eigenvalues.
You can think of them as signposts. They point us towards the most significant features and variations within the dataset.
So like the key takeaways, the most important bits of information.
Precisely. It's like finding the signal in the noise. And another crucial algorithm in QPCA's toolkit is quantum singular value decomposition, or QSVD for short.
QSVD. Okay, what does that one do?
It helps us identify the principal components of our data, just like classical PCA, but in a much more efficient and scalable way.
So it's like finding the essence of the data, those core elements that capture the most important information.
You got it. And the beauty of these quantum algorithms is that they can explore multiple possibilities simultaneously. They exploit the inherent parallelism of quantum mechanics.
So instead of analyzing data one piece at a time, they can look at everything at once.
Exactly. It's like having a team of superpowered detectives working in parallel, each exploring different leads at warp speed.
Wow. No wonder they're so much faster than classical algorithms. But what makes them so speedy? Is it just because quantum computers are inherently faster?
It's more than that. While quantum computers are faster for certain tasks, the real speed-up comes from how these algorithms exploit superposition and entanglement. Classical algorithms are limited to exploring one path at a time, like walking through a maze sequentially, checking each path one by one.
And hitting dead ends along the way, I imagine.
Exactly.
Okay.
But quantum algorithms can explore all possible paths simultaneously. They find the shortest route in a fraction of the time.
It's like having a map of the entire maze and instantly knowing the optimal path. No wasted steps, no dead ends.
A perfect analogy. And the more complex the maze, the greater the advantage of these quantum algorithms. That's why QPCA holds so much promise for tackling those massive, complex datasets that would overwhelm classical methods.
This has been an incredible journey into the world of QPCA. It's clear that this technology has the potential to truly revolutionize how we analyze data. It's exciting to think about the possibilities across all those fields we discussed, from drug discovery to climate modeling, even artificial intelligence.
It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity, how we're harnessing these fundamental laws of nature to solve real-world problems. And as Yurigo Schneppat emphasizes, we're still just scratching the surface. There's so much more to discover and explore.
And that's what makes it so exhilarating. This is just the beginning of the quantum computing revolution. Who knows what incredible breakthroughs await us in the years to come?
One thing's for sure, it's an exciting time to be alive and witness this unfolding.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, we encourage you to delve deeper into Schneppat's work, explore the fascinating world of QPCA, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be inspired to contribute to this groundbreaking field. The future is quantum, and it's full of possibilities.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking questions. The journey of discovery is just beginning.
And until next time, keep diving deep.